Yeah, I got that problem too.
Oh, there it goes. Hello, hello, hello. Just a countdown.
No, man,
Nothing,
no. You
nothing
supposed to go,
fancy.
hello, YouTubers. I hope everybody's doing good out there. We got
Yeah, everybody is wearing headphones through their headphones across the floor now. He screamed in their ear.
no, man, I'm sitting back a good 3, 4 foot, you know. Let's see. Hang tight, hang tight. We got to give some shout outs to our guests that's in chat. Like Dana B. Hello, young lady. We got Pat Evans. We got, oh, yeah, I know you're going to laugh at this. We got Stream Elements in here.
Hey, Eric.
We
Yeah,
got all
I watched his. I didn't chat or anything because it was on the TV. I watched his live this afternoon. That was a pretty good one. About the alien talks and stuff in DC right now. Trying to make the whistleblower guy say that he's cuckoo.
I'm going to say here
Well, be careful. We're still under the 15 minutes. Whatever you're going to say.
Okay, I'll try. Why? Here in the last 6 months, the whistleblowers that has come forward, I don't care what it's on, they have lost their jobs, they have lost their credibility, they've lost everything. And the main thing they're telling them is for the whistleblowers, you'll still have your job. Ain't nobody gonna mess with you. We'll make sure of that. So therefore, that goes to tell me something. If I was a whistleblower, ain't no way on God's green earth I'm coming forward, because we know this from history on up to date. Our government, every time they open their mouth, they lying about something.
Oh yeah. That's one thing that Democrats and Republicans can agree on. You don't trust the government.
No, Democrats don't trust the Republicans, and the Republicans don't trust the Democrats.
No. It's either it's the government, not the Democratic people in Washington. I mean, like the normal people out here, Democrats and Republicans both agree that you can't trust the government. That's been that way since the 90s, probably before that, but mainly the 90s on up, and it keeps getting worse and worse.
But it's people that's running their government. So that right there tells me, they are abusing their power.
Oh yeah,
they're doing what they want to do.
That's nothing new. That's, you go back into the Roman days. They've done that. It's always going to be there.
True. That's true. And it seems like since the Roman days, they would have learned by now. but they don't.
No, as long keep doing it as long as you get rid of get you know,
As long as you get what you want, who cares?
yeah.
That's how they look at it. Now, you look at certain people, and I'm not going to name names right off the bat. I'll put it like that. Before they got up there in the house or up on the hill, okay, they had one house. Their income, barely would pay for $1 million house.
Oh,
Within 3 years after they get in there, they've got $4 or $5 million homes. They've got expensive cars, but their paycheck says they can't afford it. Now, 9 out of 10 people, we know how they get it, but I'm going to say
oh,
it anyway.
every one of them. There's not one
Yeah,
up
it
there
ain't.
that has more money in the bank than they make.
Yeah.
There isn't any one of them in politics right
Well,
now that are, and
I'll put it like this.
you can have your favorite politician. I guarantee you, you only see a part of what you think that politician is doing good. It's the other stuff in the background that makes them that money.
Right. That you don't see. And when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to election time, all you are doing is voting on who tells the best lie. Because
Oh yeah.
after the voting is over, do y'all see anything that person said he's going to do get done? No, you don't. Oh, we
No.
got 101 in the chat.
Hey,
Ah,
101.
no short jokes. I know he's
Well,
sitting on. I know he's sitting on the pillow to look at the screen.
hopefully you got that uniform thing worked out.
Yeah, Mike Jones, you 100% right. It's a battle of God versus Lucifer, and that brings me back to the aliens, which I really don't want to get into. You know, because you never mind. Next subject, please. Quick. Last time I talked about this, Chet got in the uproar at me.
Well, that's the thing. We should be able to talk about stuff and not get upset when somebody has their own view on a subject. And that's the problem with everything. Like if I agree that my apple is red and you said, "Well, no, it's more maroon." And then you get in a fight over which color it is. And it's still just an apple. When you look at it, it's still just an apple. One of the things I want to talk about today is
Hello,
uh,
Big Jordan.
the community is losing a very good channel, and I totally understand why he's doing it because I've been thinking about it for a good while now. Um, those who know who Ark Wildman is, he's been putting out videos for a few years now, and he's at the point to where what's the use of doing it because everything he puts out when he's trying to teach somebody something and get information out and it doesn't get any views and it's like why am I doing this? And he put out a video and he's leaving YouTube I don't know if it's for good or for a while, but yeah, and that's a shame. And and that's kind of where I'm going at with the end is near. Um, prepper, this prepper community is dying because everybody's going away from the prepping thing. They want more on the fear factor thing that everybody's pushing.
Hello, Jess. Glad you could join. It well, Ark Wildman is not the only one who's thought about it. I've brought it up in back rooms, and yeah, everything is done got to the point. And I really, it's like I was talking to Bushcraft before chat tonight. Everything's old. You know what's going to happen when news breaks.
Prepping is not news. That's the
Well,
problem with prepping. There's too much news in prepping, and that's the problem. It doesn't have to be news. You have to learn about doing stuff. It has nothing to do with the news. The news is going to be there. The stupid stories with the Bidens and all that crap. That's always going to be here. But if you want to learn about gardening, prepping, surviving, stuff like that, that's what it should be. But we've had to adapt, and then we have to break all these news stories before anybody listens to us now.
Wait a minute. I want to go. I want to go a certain direction here, and I'm sorry. 101 made a comment earlier, and I'm going to say this right here. Give me a call. Do it around the 3rd, and I'll guarantee you'll have a decent time. It ain't that I'm going to go head over heels and slap out of my way, but that would probably be a weekend you would enjoy. And I ain't talking about no strip clubs either. So I got no problem with that.
Yeah, I'd meet up. I've met quite a few people on.
I've not met nobody
from YouTube. Well, I've met people way back in the day when I first started YouTube, not here, in other channels. And we had a gamers get together. It was a community at the time, and you want to see some people freak out in a restaurant. This was in the 90s. There's a game called Team Fortress Classic. It's where it's military type stuff, back and forth. You have snipers and grenades and all this stuff, and we're sitting there talking about our stories and stuff in the game, and we have people leaving the restaurant because they were freaked out because we're talking about sniping people and throwing grenades over the wall, and and people are starting to leave because we had like big long tables of all of us sitting there talking.
There's a few that I would like to meet up with, and then again, there's some people up on here, and we've been on here long enough to know what I'm talking about. They seem real nice at the beginning, but toward the end, something ain't right. You know.
Yeah, there's a lot of you would call them really real religious folk.
Yeah.
That's how I'm gonna put it. Um, and then you hear things in the background, or you hear stuff going on, and because it doesn't make any difference if you're a politician or not, or you work for a government, or you work at a convenience store. It's still a human being, and human beings do this stuff. And it doesn't make a difference if you're really religious. Some of the worst people have been really religious. There's you can name a bunch that convince people to follow them, and they drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
I was fixing to bring his name up, but I couldn't remember.
yeah, you don't want to bring his name up. That's why I said
right. Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got, what is it? What's the word I'm thinking about? Let's say, like, the word respect. You cannot earn somebody's respect overnight. It takes months and possible years to earn someone's respect. And once you get it, you're good and everything, but it don't take but a split second to ruin it.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I would. And the shame of, I'm not saying it the bad community or anything, because it's a great community and whatnot, but the fact that Art post a video, some of his videos, I'll sit here and look at some of them. It's like 40, 50, 60. And then he posts an announcement that he's quitting, and he gets views. There has to be a negative for people to post or to watch a video. And that's a shame. He has some of the best content for learning mushrooms, because mushrooms are extremely hard, and unless you've been taught from somebody, you don't go out and touch mushrooms.
Very cool.
Some mushrooms that you touch and you'll be laying on the ground. And he teaches you how to, what mushrooms to look out for and what you can do with them and things like that. And that's what like I said, the community is losing a very good channel. And exactly. he did say he's 3 months he would be back. I hate to say it. A lot of times when channels say they'll be back, they never are. Even if he does come back in 3 months, it'll take his channel 2 years to recoup for that 3 months off. Oh yeah, I think I seen that one, and see that's a thing. If he would have knew what to do, you can rub that on your skin, that mushroom, or you can rub it on your lips, and if your lips go numb, that's a bad mushroom. I wouldn't suggest doing that. I would rather do it on the arm and see if it did anything first. But yeah, that's the whole point of finding these channels in the community that you can learn things from.
101, you got my respect, just like Bushcraft has my respect. You know, up front, I think we say what's on our minds, everything, and that I respect. You know, I expect that from y'all. But you really want to talk about a wild weekend, get all of us together to go to a restaurant. The chances are we're going to get thrown out. But I started in 2019. And the reason I started is because both of my parents hasn't been long past. And there was a whole hell of a lot of questions I wish I had asked my mother or my father.
Mm-hmm.
A few of them I did. But what got me into YouTube and everything is I was wanting to know how to can. No, everybody on both sides of my daddy's and my mama's family has either passed, they can't remember, or they live too far away. The next best thing was YouTube. You know, so I set my mind to doing one thing. I bought everything that I needed, or I thought I needed. I'll put it like that. Then I started watching videos. Then I started reading books. I am the type of person you have to show or I have to see before I can do it. I can't do it by reading a book. I never could do it. But after I seen it and I'd read it, I'd say, yeah, I know what they're talking about now, you know. And then I met up with TJ or Good Enough. I started watching her videos and a few other ones. And then I think it was Lake who told me about 101. Now, I'm going to be straight up. When I first popped in on 101's channel, I could not stand the man. Okay? But there was something there that kept drawing me back more and more. And it got to the point, everything he was talking, he was right on. Or he would say, something's going to happen, or I foresee this, I foresee that. Within 3 months, damn if he wasn't right. So I started watching him, and now the man has my respect. That's like I said. It takes a while to earn everything. And him and my son, same mindset. You know, it's just go and watch people. Right now, our community is starting to drop off like flies. I'm sorry. I've mentioned this. I started mentioning this, 6 months ago? Like that. You've got the people y'all used to watch. Go back and start watching them. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. You know. Okay, right now we got 79 people in chat. That's it. I remember there was a time when I'd get on 101, hell, he'd have over 20,000 people watching, or excuse me, subscribed, and 2,000 or 3,000 at a time would watch. He's got people from overseas. Darren, he's got people all over the world. Just like Bushcraft, he's got people all over the world. You know, and we need to start pulling together. Get up, knock the dirt off of our tail and our shoulders, and just come back. Because something's fixing to happen. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in the air.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them is his record was over 6,868 people watching at one time. Damn, that's a lot of people. Think about it. But I understand why 101 has shifted content. Okay. I'll put it like it, and I'm not getting into it. I would say 101 was more popular than Salty Cracker at one time. And there was talk that cannot prove this, but there was talk that an ex-president has watched his show a couple of times. And I've done talked and rambled on long enough. I'm gonna shut up and let Bushcraft talk.
Yeah, the whole. I mean, there's a lot of people who stick it out and are here, but there's been a lot of people, a lot in the community that you don't see anymore. You just don't. They're not here anymore. And it's a shame. And it's you know, I guess you get tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. And that's the whole where I try to stay away from the news. Every once in a while I'll have news that's important to the food and things like that, and health issues that you need to pay attention to, like the beef and stuff. Let me see this.
I was reading What Life's comment.
The grain shortages. Yeah, nobody cares about the shortages until they go to the store and they don't see nothing and they wonder why. I got 152 views on that, and this was before anybody else brought it out. About the ships fighting back and forth and whatnot, or in the Black Sea. And there's another one that I did, or did they take it down already?
Well, sorry. The news itself is not news.
I care less about the news. That's the. And but there's so many, and this is what has happened to the prepping channels. They have stopped showing people how to prep and tell people about, shortages coming and things like that. And they watch CNN, and then they walk over to their desk and they talk about the news that just came on the news. Who cares about that? 90% of that stuff has nothing to do with you or will affect you, because probably 90% of that is lies, or, as certain presidents used to say, fake news.
Yeah.
And it was. It won't affect you anyway. like all the you know, the talk about these, oh, World War III is happening, World War III this, World War III that. It's all in the headlines, and everybody, oh, I got to see this, and they go to these channels and watch this, and it's what you see on the news. Why is this a big thing? What I would rather learn about something. That's why I have very few channels that I actually watch, and it's
Hello, Scott.
probably 99% of the stuff that I do watch is learning stuff, because I'm always wanting to learn something. And if somebody's
Exactly.
doing something that I haven't done, oh, I'm all for it. I'm going to watch that because I want to learn. But it's like I said, the prepping community has just switched to another news network. And that's why I said I think it's the end of this is near. Something's going to pop off. I don't know if it's people or what, or we're just going to not care about, putting food back and how to store it and stuff and that type of thing.
Boswell, you're right. It is a small community.
No,
And
not really. The prepping community is huge. You just only see it from your little corner.
well,
if you go out, it is
you can go to a
multi-million
grocery
people.
store. You can go to a grocery store and stand in line, and by what people are buying, you can tell if they preppers or not. Yeah, I'll agree. But what I'm saying is, up on here, it's not a big community like it used to be.
Oh no.
And people has been prepping, I'm gonna say, since dawn of time, if you want to be truthful about it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's certain people up on the hill is saying that preppers are bad people. And I'm not going to get into it that much.
Oh, that's always the
People,
thing.
yeah, and
That,
people who speak their minds are bad people. They don't want to hear the truth because the people who tell the truth, they're not listening to the people up on the hill.
yeah. See, that whole thing has repeated itself over and over and over again. It's nothing
Exactly.
new, and we keep talking about this, and it's nothing ever going to change. 20 years from now, they're going to be talking about it again.
Yeah.
How the same stuff is going on.
All I can say,
you have to worry about your family, your household, and to prepare for, even if nothing ever happens, you still have, it's not like it all disappears all of a sudden.
now
You still have it.
101 with this comment nailed the hell out of it. People don't want to take the risk of being taken down online and in person. And only a few people know what the last three words mean. And I'm going to leave it alone at that. We now, as a community, we have to get up on here and we have to talk in code to keep from being taken down. 2019, it was not this bad, but yet you're right. There was a very few words that you could not say.
Well, at one point it was worse than it is now.
Oh yeah.
I remember in 2005 when you could you had to stop the camera and drink water offline because you didn't want to get accused of having something in there, because that would automatically you were gone. You couldn't smoke online or anything or on camera.
That's one of the reasons y'all
There
don't
was
see.
there was no cussing or anything. It was really strict back then.
Well,
Like I
see,
said, it's got a lot
worse, better.
lenient now than it has been before.
Well, see, I never turned YouTube on until 2019. And I was told, YouTube's got the answer. You want to learn something, go to YouTube. YouTube this, YouTube that. I got tired of listening to people tell me to go to YouTube, so I went to YouTube. And as bad as I hate to say it, whatever you want to know, and I mean that literally, go to YouTube. I guarantee you'll find a segment or something on it.
Yeah, that's like one of the reasons I pretty much cut out my gardening videos. It's because it's why do I spend all those hours, putting something together and then editing and uploading and making thumbnails and all that, and I barely get 100 views on it. And it's like, what's the point?
For a creator to rack up views, they have to lie. They have to.
Well, no,
clickbait.
That's
clickbait a lot.
That's not entirely true.
Well, biggest part of it, they say what's on the news. And I've done said it. The news ain't nothing but a lie anyway. But how long have we been given money overseas? How long has Russia been threatening to do certain things?
400 years, 500 years?
Yeah. We've sat here and we've talked about it. Okay. Let's say they drop something. All right. If you're within so many miles to ground zero, you're not going to give a shit what happens.
It doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. But if you look outside,
Hiroshima,
good. We got lag. Go ahead.
When they dropped it down there, they didn't really have ways of testing it. But you can go all the way into the opposite end of the earth, and they can test trees and plants and rocks, and the same radiation is in that. And that was just a tiny little thing that fell on Hiroshima.
Yeah.
They have things that are 1,000 times more potent than that. And if that little bitty thing that they dropped over there made it all the way around Earth and is embedded into the Earth's history, if say somebody gets hit on the East Coast, that everybody that's overseas over there, they're gonna be affected by it. The same thing with the West. The whole thing's gone. It's and that's the thing. It's like, whoa, you're gonna survive it. No, you're not. Nobody survives.
See, that's what I was trying to say. I would prefer to be at ground zero than outside of that radius, because it's going to be a very slow and painful way to go. And something else just hit me as Bushcraft was sitting here talking. When one goes up, every country is going to be hitting them buttons. With all of those explosions and everything going on, would it knock the Earth off of its axis?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They've had planets hit other planets and never got knocked off the axis. So a couple little bombs here and there is not going to.
Well, now a few
You
years
can burn up the ozone and all that stuff, but
yeah,
like I said, it takes a massive amount of gravity, and because the thing is, the Earth, and I don't know why we're on this subject, but the Earth is just not, it's just not the Earth, it's the sun and everything in our solar system is controlling where we go and whatnot. It's just not what's inside the Earth that does it. It's all the gravity from other planets and everything that controls where we're at. It takes a massive amount of gravity and stuff to flip off our axis. And that's why they say every 600 years or 600,000 years, which we're well past it, is when we do a flip. And they say that is because when certain planets come across, it throws off the gravity from them planets, and it runs down one planet to the next planet, and then some of them flip.
All right. Tell you what, let's get off of this subject and move on to another one. Because now we talking a field I have no earthly idea. But Ark Wildman, if you are listening, I praise and wish you the best of luck on what decision you're going to make in your time off. If you come back, thank you. If you don't, I understand.
Well, that's why I put this link down. If you guys go over whenever and leave a comment on that video. I know, and it, like I said, it's a shame that anything that bad happens, a creator's views go way up, and unfortunately, it is that way.
There's people in chat saying bring 101 up on panel, but I've not heard or seen where 101 has asked for a link either.
He knows how to ask for a link.
I know.
If he wants up, he'll just ask.
Yeah, he will. But I'm just telling the people in chat.
Yeah.
You know.
But what I would like to see is anytime there's a learning type of video, like learning about mushrooms or something, share out that video, share it to some weird YouTube or Facebook group or something, or share it somewhere different, not in the same group everybody else is in. Share it somewhere else. That way somebody new comes in, and then we start getting some new blood in, I should say, like that.
Big Charmin, I don't know if you talking about 101 or not, but he said last night that he was taking the night off.
Mm-hmm.
And I do not know if he's going to go live tomorrow night or what. It may be toward the weekend.
Yeah, I think he said probably Friday. So I didn't know if I was going to have a guest for Friday or not, or if I was going to do it Friday.
Yeah. Usually, yeah. But
And
you know,
it's too often you see so many really good channels, like the one I interviewed Friday. Even though her internet kept going out, and somebody had to hold up a blinder so that she didn't get hit in the face with sun. Um, she has an awesome channel. What those two ladies are doing out there um, in the middle of Idaho, and that is true off grid. Um, I watched, and me and Jeff talked about him before, and I actually know him. It's Bush Radical. He has a good channel, and he says YouTube nowadays have everybody has off grid on in their titles, but they have running water, they have helicopters bringing stuff in, they have all these fancy vehicles, these tractors and these side by sides and all this other stuff. And he says that's not off grid. He said
hell no.
I'll show you what off grid is. He says go out with an axe and build a home with no electricity, nothing but an axe. And he says that's off grid.
Now, I think out of everybody I've seen, and it dawned on me today, if people want to see what off grid living is, I don't know if I can plug their channel or not, but it's Doug and Stacy. Go watch him. You know, I mean, they was do. I watched a live that they did last night. They ain't got no power in their house. You know, the sun's going down. They got to where you couldn't see them, so they had to call it quits.
Yeah, but that's the difference. There's a difference between you said it right there. You said you watched them on a live.
Yeah.
How did you watch them on a live if they have no power? If they're off grid, they have no power. They have no internet.
Generator.
That's not off grid. Off grid is you have nothing but your own ability, your tools. And no, I'm not talking about chainsaws and a tractor and an auger and all this other stuff. That's not off grid. And that's what the Bush Radical guy was talking about. He says all these channels that have all this stuff, and he said they used to they would haul their when they'd have different stuff, they would have to haul it up the mountain, which was 12 to 14 miles, not in a vehicle, by hand, because vehicles didn't go up because there was no road there at the time. So they had to haul all this stuff up 12 miles. That's off grid. When there's no technology or anything, that's off grid.
Yeah.
That's where,
in my opinion, they're closer to being off grid than a whole bunch that I've seen.
oh yeah, there's a lot where they they have to clear this land, and they have these tractors and they have these bulldozers, and they call somebody to bring gravel up. That's not off grid. You have a phone, you're calling somebody to bring gravel up. How do you say you're off grid?
I think Wildlife is wanting a rope so he can come on in.
A rope?
In other words, a link.
Oh.
That's what he said. He wanted to know if we had a rope long enough to go down there where he lives to pull his fat butt up. Here we go.
I remember because I didn't even know he had a channel at first, because I was watching his wife's channel, and she was documenting when they lived on a boat. Well, it wasn't really a boat; it was a raft, and they would put all these logs together, and then put plywood on top of it, and put tents on top of that, and they would float down the river, and that's where they lived. And whenever they needed water, they would rope the whatever tree or whatever they could and pull over, and then go up to a stream or something and fill up their containers, and like I said, that's off grid. There's no, cell phones or anything like that.
Mike Jones, I've been in that situation coming up. I remember having to go out and take a bath on the back porch when I was being brought up.
I remember taking a bath
and them winter days, man, that was you fought with tooth and nail to keep from taking the bath out on the porch.
Yeah, I remember going to school and tell the teacher I gotta go to the bathroom. She said, "Go ahead," and then she seen me walking outside, and she banged on the window. "What are you doing?" I'm looking for the outhouse. We have bathrooms inside. Huh? You have to go to the bathroom, right? Yeah.
Mike Jones, what county are you in?
And I was like, what is this thing? That's weird, because I'm used to sitting on a big old board and pooping into the ground.
And pray a damn yellow jacket don't come up.
And learning that, you can flush the toilet, it just gets sucked away. Where does it go? It was amazing. I'm in there, turning the water on and off, and I'm like, this is cool. Because to do dishes, I had to go out into the well, and it wasn't no hit a button and the water comes in. I had to go out there and pull a bucket of water up that was like 20, 30 feet down, and then fill it up another bucket, and then take it in the house and do dishes. You had to put some in a kettle, put it on the wood stove to warm it up so you could, do your dishes.
Mike, my daddy's family is from Ashe County, but you want to talk? Me and the wife, when we first got married, we cooked on a wood stove. I bought her a washing machine, and it was as a joke, but she ended up using it. It was a ringer type washing machine, and I've got to admit, that
was it a hand crank ringer, or
no,
it had the motor on it?
It was a little bit newer than that.
Oh, okay.
But
that's the one where you better not get your fingers next to it, and it'll suck it right up in there.
Exactly.
Run a hose pipe in it.
Now wait a minute. I'm going slap teetotal. We don't let just anybody up on here. We've got to know that person in order to come up in panel. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. Now, this is not my show. You know, if Bushcraft wants to.
What link doesn't work? It might be the link that I posted for
something else.
ARC.
Mike Jones, I'll buy it off of you.
What's that?
He got a double ringer. Does it have a gasoline motor?
I didn't know double ringer.
Shit, the damn thing be worth some money. What are you talking about? I wasn't buying it for you. Okay. I do apologize. I jumped the gun. Please excuse me.
That should work. I'll double check it.
What'd you do?
Yeah, it worked. I went straight to his channel. Straight to the video.
But she was wanting the one for Ark Wild Man.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking it might have been the ARC video that I posted.
Well, see, just as soon as you said it, I felt about a centimeter high.
Yeah, you know what the temperature is today?
Don't even go there.
Oh, nope, it just dropped to 69.
Ours hit 93. So if you got cold weather coming in, how about buying a hurricane fan and sending some this way?
It says video isn't available anymore.
Chicken fan.
Let me refresh it and see. Yeah, it's there. I just refreshed it and I'm watching it. He's petting his dog.
Grace, I am.
Actually, you know what? I'll just do this.
And I know Bush is subscribed to ARC.
Okay.
No, he's not in chat. There's somebody wanting the link to his videos. Pat Evans, currently in North Texas, it's 95 degrees.
All my supporters and members and friends that Wildman is going to take some time off. I'm going through some rough patch right now. I gotta think some things through. And wife and son's fine. We're fine. But would you quit, Pappy? But I guess gotta concentrate on a few things myself. And like I said, we're going kind of through a rough patch right now, and I'm gonna take a break and focus on getting on the right track. I may even go back to the church that I used to go to for a little while, and just try to get back on track. Seems like everything I've ever tried to do in life, I've failed at. And we'll eat him up. And I thought maybe teaching medicinals, wild edibles, mushrooms, there'd be a good interest. But and I still do that. But like I said, I'm gonna take a break and to reflect on stuff and do some thinking. May have to quit one of my favorite habits, which is smoking. It's just getting too expensive. And that's one of the few pleasures I have on. but it just getting too expensive. Things just get too expensive, and I just need time to focus on things forward, reconnect with the good Lord, and maybe get back into fellowship with the other church members. But I'm going to miss each and every one of you, and I will be back. I just don't know when. But y'all just keep us in prayers, and you know, no matter what we go through in life, God's got us, and we each and every one of us have a purpose, even though sometimes we wonder what that purpose is. Like I said, I just feel like everything I've set out to do in my life has been one failure after the other, and I just need time to refocus. What's good having all the knowledge and skills if you can't share them, right? And I'm like I say, I'm not the brightest man in the world. I'm not the smartest. I just know a lot of crap, as some people's told me. And I guess to them it is crap because they don't think they're ever going to use it. But it's something I've enjoyed doing, and I'll continue doing. Like you're sitting here looking at this usnea. Look at that wonderful medicinal plant. And oh, I love you too. But yeah, I just need to take time off. It may be maybe 3 or 4 months before you see Wild Man again. But I want to thank Harold for calling and checking on me. I have been busy in chicken houses and stuff, and trying to make an extra dollar. But and here on the farm, and I'm just got too many irons in the fire. And I'm gonna miss doing my cooking shows and stuff for y'all in my church in the Wildwoods on Saturdays.
Yeah.
But I just need to take a little break, refocus, redirect. It's hard to uplift and make others cheerful when you're down in the dumps yourself. I put on a good smile and try though. But anyway, I'll be back, and hopefully it won't be too long. But I just gotta focus on the path forward.
Yeah.
Somebody in chat asked, should we take up a donation? The problem that he's going through, I don't think is involving money. I really don't.
Yeah, it's not that. It's when you put out all these videos and you teach people, you go out and you take time away from your family and whatever, and you go out and you're doing all these videos, and then you upload them, and a handful of people just watch it, and you get like 5, 10, 15 comments or something like that, and it weighs on you that, oh, maybe I'm not cut out for this, I should do something else. And
hello, bud.
And that, I think that's where he's at right now. It's a very heavy negative in his life right now, and that's what he said. He needs to take a break from it. And I'm just, maybe if a bunch of us go over and leave comments and tell him how much he's needed and whatnot, then it might fire him back up. It sometimes that's all it takes is that little kick in the butt. Because it's not that he's weak or anything, because everybody has these thoughts sometimes that I'm just
I'm
not doing the right thing, you know.
It takes a while to upload a video.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's got to go. You may end up putting the video out now, you know, after YouTube gets through looking at it and after it gets through upload, this will be tomorrow before it gets on there. And then you got to go back through before YouTube sees it, and you got to edit this and edit that and
Edit that and this and
yeah, to
other.
make sure YouTube don't give you a strike. You
Yeah,
can say,
I seen that backwoods. But you were still doing some shorts and stuff in there to keep your presence on YouTube. And that's because if you go completely dark from YouTube, you might as well start a new channel. I hate to say it because
I'll be back in a minute.
they drop you from the algorithm and it's really hard to get back. Because I've seen a lot of people, you know, well, I'm going to take 2 months off, and then they come back and they just can't get their videos out. Or if you get in trouble and you can't get your videos out. Hey, Grape Jams. Yeah, I think that the prepper side of things, if you really try to find actual prepping channels and you start watching their videos and it's you know, they don't tell you about the food, or they don't tell you how to store different things, or what to watch out for and how to store water and things like that. A lot of it is they've moved to the political side of it. And I guess I understand a lot of it. I mean, because even me, I'll put some videos out there, and it was the one with Biden with the more billions of dollars going over to, you know, Ukraine and stuff. And unfortunately that didn't get any views at all. So that wasn't a good one to cross over, but it's a shame when you put a lot of time and effort in, you know, gardening videos or what have you, and it hardly gets any views. But if I said breaking news, blah 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 blah, the world is ending, or World War III, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of views comes up, and it has nothing to do with prepping. And basically all it is news. And unfortunately, the news is not news anymore. It's a soap opera.
It's fake.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. I remember when news used to be news. That's when Walter Cronkite was up in there.
Yeah, I remember when a certain reporter lied about where he was at when he was reporting, and he was not a reporter anymore. He got canned quicker than anything, and as far as I know, he never did get back into it anymore. Because if you lost that that respect of being a truthful reporter, you didn't have a job in that field anymore. You were blackballed.
Exactly.
Who's going to trust somebody that lied about the news?
We all know. We all know.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I
And
don't know that.
he used to be really good. I remember he showed about, you know, pew pews and what caliber would go through what and different things like that. And then it completely switched into this, you know, other thing.
Mike, you right. Also,
Oh yeah. Yeah, they were all banging to get in on that boat, wasn't they?
yeah, but do y'all remember who shut the door on that ark?
No,
God himself shut
I
that
wasn't
door.
around, so I no.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
God himself shut that door. So therefore, wasn't nobody going to open that door.
Yeah. But I want to try to bring more of the actual prepping back into it. I want to try to get with some other preppers, not newscasters, and do um, some collaborations and stuff like
I,
like how to store rice and things like that. How they store rice. I
yeah.
know I have like 20,000 different ways to store rice, but there I might find another way to store rice, you know. And it doesn't mean that everybody has to go out and buy 50 pounds of rice just to do it. Some people don't even like rice. Don't get rice. It's the fact that you learn how to do that in case that you want to preserve something else to where you can have it or your family can have it when you're gone.
Okay. Prime example. If you don't eat treat, you don't like treat, you can't stand the smell of treat. Don't stock it in your pantry because that's money wasted. You're not going to eat it. Drink your drink. You know, and so forth. Get if y'all gonna do any stocking, get what you and your family likes. Yes, I eat treat as long as it's fried. My wife's looking at me like I'm crazier than hell.
Yeah, you got to fry all that salt and fat out of it first.
You got that right. There's no way I can sit there and slurp that stuff up raw.
Exactly. Oh man. And they'll get these big 5-gallon things and say, well, we got all these 5 gallons of things, but
Yeah.
what you have to open that 5 gallons to get a cup of rice out of it. The seal's no good no more. Now you have to hurry it up and eat 5 gallons of rice.
Exactly.
You need other ways of storing it besides that big old 5-gallon Marlar bag thing. And
Who said that? Robert Bates is dead on it. You know,
yeah,
get you some Mylar bags. You know, go one, maybe 2 cups per bag. They make them that small.
well,
Seal it up.
I've got videos to where the the plastic bottles, perfect little container because um, they are safe as long as they're in a cool area. They don't get heated up, and it's already got a seal on it. You drop some oxygen absorbers down in there, seal it up, and you have a little bottle right there for 2 meals of, and You can bury it in a 5-gallon bucket somewhere, and you don't have to worry about it. At least I think that I still have the video up, because they removed so many videos from my whole demonetization thing. Here, let me see if I can find rice.
Well, you know, me, I like
rice. I do. I do have the video still.
Between me and my wife, I like rice. She don't care for it.
I can eat it, but I'm not too crazy for it.
Okay, she can eat it, but she's not too crazy for it.
Oh yeah,
That's like grits. Hell, yeah. I can eat grits, but I gotta have butter and sugar put on it. There's no way I can eat grits plain. I don't think nobody can eat grits.
I guarantee you can.
You may not like it.
2 weeks without food, those grits will taste real good with no butter or sugar on them.
I'm not going to bet you on that. But I will say this. I hope it don't never come down to it. You know. And I could not stand grits until I come out of the hospital. And then I got a hankering for them one day, and I called my cousin up, and he told me how he fixed them. And yeah, it was okay. And I added a little disc to it, and I'll eat it now.
Yeah, up here, up north, it's nobody thinks of grits that much.
Grace Johnson, she may not get to taste it. I got a question for chat. Now it was I don't know if it was in the back room or up on channel. Oh, kiss my ass, be charming. Who all now I don't know if it would happen. Who would like to see a live video on Canon? You know,
it wouldn't be a video. It would be a live stream.
Or what? Yeah, live stream on it. It's going to be 2 or 3 people at the same time. Canon. I'm just curious. I would be charming.
My kitchen's
I'll eat it my way.
My kitchen's a mess when I can. I use both counters, and I've got, measuring cups and everything all strolled all over the place. I'm not a well organized canner. It's just all over the place. It works for me though.
My kitchen is so small. Damn, what'd you do? Give you super glue on that? God, no. Finally, and I broke a nail doing it.
Oh my goodness.
Take me to the hospital. I broke a nail.
No.
I've watched Vineyard Chicks can. They do canning. Well, they haven't done canning for a good while, though, I don't think.
Yeah. Now, see, a couple of years ago, I got up with another creator, and we all canned. It was about 5 of us. It got up there and canned like that, and it. Yes, I have heard of chicken and waffles, but not whoopie pies.
Whoopie pies.
Whoopie pies?
Hey, Tracy Lennox posted, Jeff, have you heard of chicken and waffles?
No.
Or whoopie pies? I've not heard it. Whoopie
I've heard of
pies.
the whoopie pies. They're like oh shit. I just seen them today too. Um, it's a little marshmallow thing, and they got the little cookies on the outside. And
S'mores.
sometimes they're dipped in chocolate.
Oh, damn.
Uh,
Peanut
Yeah,
butter
no,
dip.
moon pies.
Yeah.
Which one did you get? The banana one or the chocolate one?
I didn't get any. I seen them, but I didn't get them because I was
Get on
looking at.
trial with
Oh,
RC Cola.
I already know that's what the whoopie pie is, though. They're just like that, but just called something else.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty much a moon pie.
Mike, that's the whole point of learning. Trust
Instead
me.
of the marshmallow, it's more like a cream. Because oh yeah, there it is, dipped in chocolate. Yeah. Yeah, it's got the little cookie thing instead of marshmallow. It's more like a cream, isn't it? Yeah, they don't have them up north. Up north, it's moon pies.
Well, we got moon pies down here too. I remember eating them when I was younger.
Yeah,
moon pie and the RC Cola.
They don't taste like they used to though.
You got that right. Well, you look at it like this. What was it back in the 80s? They changed all the grease and the way people cooked. That's when food started tasting like crap.
Well, it's because sugar is too expensive, so they went with the corn syrup.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's Maine. See that I thought it was all down south because I don't remember seeing them up here.
Mike Jones, I'm going to mention something I'm pretty sure you know. How about a Coke and a pack of peanuts?
No,
Put
RC.
What about RC?
No, RC's better than Coke.
No, not for what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I used to pour peanuts in a RC.
Now, I've never done it in the RC, but I've always done mine either in Coke or Pepsi.
Yeah, I don't like either one. I rather have RC.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks.
And remember milk and Pepsi?
Oh, you can kiss my little rump on that one.
Laverne and Shirley.
Robert, boiled peanuts. Yeah, I've done my own on that. People used to want me to do some. Shit, I'd go buy about 10 pounds of raw peanuts and boil them. And trust me, 10 pounds is a lot of peanuts. You think about it. Bubba News. Hello.
There you go. Mentos and a Diet Coke for a fun Friday night.
No, because my wife would kill me. She would literally beat me if I did that in the house.
Well, there's a little trick to this to where you can put you get a thread and you run it through the Mento, and you take just a little bit of the pop out of it, and then you take the thread through the Mento and you screw it onto the top of the cap. And then whenever they open it, it falls down into the Coke. And get a big surprise.
Now, longboarding mom, hello, lady. She says, I make Italian cream soda at home, raspberry and vanilla club soda with a little half and half.
Oh, that sounds good.
It does.
Yeah. I actually bought some sarsaparilla. today.
That is one liquid I don't think I have ever tried.
It's usually out west, but you can get it up here for at Rural King. Here,
Hello,
I'll
Sniffer.
go grab it real quick.
Is it as bad as they say it is over there, or is it just hype? Sniffer says he is from Maui to help the people here. And I know the news has got a way of blowing stuff up to make stuff look worse than what it is. You doggone right, Mike. Really?
That's
Kansas
79
City.
cents. And with real sugar.
Damn.
What is it?
Sarsaparilla.
And I don't know.
Now, I'll tell you a good trick.
What is sarsaparilla?
And I found this out by accident because I walked into a Hispanic store and there was a 16-ounce bottle of drink sitting there. But mind you, this has been over 20 years ago. And so I said, heck, I bought it. And it was a Coca-Cola, but it was made and the whole 9 yards. It was done up in Mexico. That was the best Coca-Cola I've ever tasted.
I wouldn't say ever, because back in 70s and 80s, well, 70s, Coke was good until they did that
Change.
That new improved Coke. And
Yep.
they went under and they said, oh, we're bringing back classic Coke, but it wasn't classic anymore.
No, it wasn't. And truthfully, I think they done that on purpose. Hello, Pete. Like you said, long time. Welcome back.
Tastes pretty good.
No, I've not seen the flooding in China.
Dixie, the sarsaparilla is a root, like a root beer, but it's a different type of root. It's pretty much root beer, but
Does it still have the fizz to it?
oh yeah.
Okay.
But back in the day, they didn't have the fizz.
True.
Because you can go to the very first time that I tried sarsaparilla was in Tombstone, Arizona, and it was the original recipe when they had it back in the cowboy days. They didn't have carbonation and all that crap in it.
That was the word I was looking for, carbonation in it.
Yeah. Oh, it was good. Really good.
Well, now, the very first time I tasted a root beer, I'm going to say I was probably about 5 years old. I couldn't stand it. I didn't like it. And maybe 20 or 30 years later, I got one, and it was pretty good. It wasn't that bad.
Was it with the fizz or without the fizz?
Man, I couldn't tell you.
Because the first time I had a pop, I about died because I was thirsty and I was down in that thing and it started popping. I'm like, oh.
Sassafras tea. My grandmother used to make that. What?
I've got like a pound and a half of sassafras root in there.
Shit, when my grandmother lived beside us, she had the best tea around. And she always said, well, I put a pinch of baking soda in mine. And I tried it and had to end up pouring that shit out. That was nasty.
Oh, yeah, root beer floats.
How much you put in it, though?
Well, like she said, a pinch. But I don't know how big her pinch was.
One of the best floats I ever had was a marshmallow, a roasted marshmallow float. It was the same way as a regular root beer float, but they roasted marshmallows and put in there, so you got that smoky flavor to it. Good stuff.
Tracy Lennox posted, do they still make birch beer? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, Amish over here. It's probably not the original, but it's in a thing like this. But they're like $2 for theirs. They have the old fashioned orange cream soda.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Talking about good there.
They have the sarsaparilla, but I don't like that one as much there. The black cherry cream soda and a couple of them, birch beer.
Mike, I got some good Kakalaki Mountain Dew, and I'm going to leave it alone at that. Damn, it's some good stuff. Tastes like lukewarm water. You know you got some good. And talking about sassafras trees, up in the mountains, they got them. I've not seen none down here in this area where I'm at.
Yeah, well, I have to go south to get them.
Really?
Down past. Well, they're just thinner. It's very harder to find. But the further south you can go, the more you can find. And all you have to do is break. You can go out there blindfolded and break leaves and smell it, and you can find it. Once you smell sassafras, you know what it is.
Hey, Von Colin. I could not even tell you what a sassafras smells like. I'm sorry.
I could draw you the leaf.
Well, see, I was introduced to a sassafras tree. Daddy, we was going up on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and he was going home.
Switch your butt with it?
No, not them. Not them. But he got out of the car, went over there and broke off a limb and was chewing on it. Broke me off a piece and said, give this a try.
Yeah.
And I mean, I saw Daddy doing it, so I figured it'd be good. That was the best damn limb I ever tasted.
Well, I found out the hard way, and that's what weeping willows. I thought they were weeping willows because they make you cry when you get your butt whipped with them.
Do not look, if there are any youngins in chat and your parents tell you to go get a switch, do not get a weeping willow switch. Them suckers will wrap around you 2 or 3 times. Trust me on that one. That's experience. It's like a dead bullwhip.
They can even make a pop sound, like a whip.
Like I said, like a
yeah, they long.
like a bullwhip. Hello, Joe. What you know, Joe?
They used to have a company named Dixie Beer back in the day.
Dixie Beer.
Remember?
Huh.
On me too.
Huh.
You don't remember? They had to change the name on it or something. Remember? You don't remember that?
No. For the third time, no. I don't remember. Oh,
Jeff, you don't remember Dixie Beer?
Don't you go there either.
What? Dixie Beer, wasn't it? It almost looked like an Irish beer or something because it had green letters.
Bushcraft, again, I don't know. Look, I'm old. There's a bunch of shit I don't remember, so back off.
You sure you don't remember?
Man, I'm gonna mute this button. I'm gonna play a what here in a minute.
I'm
Watt
surprised
said,
Watt hasn't come up and said why they discontinued Dixie beer.
well, Watt said, I got into my great grandmother's snuff as a kid, and he thought he was hallucinating. I don't know about snuff, but I know when you starting to chew tobacco, don't swallow.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't believe I said that.
Yeah. Jeff eats wood branches and survives. He swallows too.
No, I don't. Don't even go there with that joke.
Actually, this is a good question. Would you rather have whipped cream out of the can or whipped cream in the tub?
In the tub.
Let's see what everybody thinks out there.
I know why. I know that one. It all depends on what is going on. Let me rephrase that.
Hey, Tony. Man, you see his onions and his garlic growing down there.
Mm-hmm. What state's he in? Georgia?
Huh?
What state is he in? Georgia?
Oklahoma. I do believe
Arkansas?
Oklahoma. Oklahoma, I think.
Well, it ain't down there. It's over there.
It's down there for me.
It's over yonder.
Well, it's over yonder for me. Yeah, it's over yonder, close to the fishing hole for me. I think longboarding mom is thinking the same thing I am. Homemade, and yes, it depends on what you're making. Yeah, it ain't exactly what I was talking about, but we'll go there.
Yeah, get your mind out of the gutter, Jeff.
Why? It ain't the first time.
Right.
Yeah, well, to me, it's both whipped cream, but there's, it comes in a tub that is usually frozen, and then you have to let it sit out to where you can whip it and put it on your pie.
Oh, you're supposed to let it thaw out.
Well, yeah. And then,
Hell,
then you have the can where you push the little the thing, and it goes.
They the fun ones.
Or you can get it in the heavy whipping cream and sit there going until you get whipped cream.
Well, shit, that's what they got blenders for. I'm lazy. The only time I'll do something like that is maybe an egg or two, or if the power goes out.
You can make your own whipping cream.
I know you can make your own whipping cream. It's fun. Whip it good. Oh, Bobby, life with Bobby. I think she got a kick.
Whip it good.
Homemade is the best. Straight out. Anything homemade is better than store-bought, period.
Oh, yeah.
Homemade bread here.
Yeah. Grace, do you make your own butter? I like that. Homemade butter that you've done. Put a little bit of seasonings in it. You don't want to.
I got
How,
it.
how's the chicken doing?
What chicken?
She has a chicken. She made a video
Big
of her
John has it.
chicken sitting on her lap.
He didn't leave you no reminder when he got up, did he?
Well, she had a towel, so.
Okay.
Oh, that'll be
thing.
good. I'll check that out. And me, most of my video watching, unfortunately, is with the controller, and I'm watching it on TV because I try to get away from the computer as much as possible. So I don't always. I'm really hoping one day they actually to where you can leave comments from the TV. Some pre-programmed comments. That way I can just people know I was there watching their videos.
The only thing you can do on TV is leave a like button.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing about it.
And sometimes it's hard enough to do that because you click it and it clicks on and clicks off again.
Yeah. Now, Longboarding Mom, she stated, old man, thank you. I'm turning your whipped cream into butter.
Yeah. I've seen videos. I've never done it in a jar or anything where they put the cream in there and they shake up the jar until it turns into butter.
To me, that's too much time. There again, there's the food processor. Do it good.
Well, I was sitting there. I was watching the video and thinking of ways how I could do this without actually having to shake it myself. And I was like, I bet you if I put it on in the washing machine and taped it to the top and let that thing go back and forth, I would have butter.
Find you one that's an agitator. It works better.
Yeah.
My wife don't know. Get you some zip ties and zip tie that thing. I'll tell you something else that works good too. Find you a way to strap it on the wheel of your car and go a couple of miles up and down the road. That'll work too.
Yeah,
Right best.
When Pokemon Go first started, they say, well, to walk you get all these goodies and all that stuff, and there were quests to walk like 5 miles and stuff like that. So my thought was I taped my phone to the top of my ceiling fan and turned my ceiling fan on and it spun around. I checked on there and I had like 70 miles.
I had
like,
thought about that.
It's worked good. And then I got in trouble because they figured out what I was doing and they fixed it. But I had like the first day I walked like probably more than anybody on the app.
Grace, I promise you I will. She's wanting me to go watch her videos. She's got 3 shorts. Yeah, it would be smooth butter.
Yeah, I remember this guy was tired playing with his cat, so he actually put the toy, he taped it to a ceiling fan. Well, that thing kept spinning around like this until the cat got a hold of it, and the cat got stuck on it, and he was flinging around. And yeah, he never did that again.
Bushcraft, I done something identical to that. You know, these here screamers that you get. Well, I had an old Tom cat, and I mean that was one bad cat. And I took a little bit of duct tape and taped it to one of the ceiling fan blades, and I turned it on about low. That cat sat there and he'd look at it. He'd get the pattern down. That cat hit the couch, the wall, the chair, the blinds, the other wall, and start all over again. We had fun watching him.
Hey, Sniffer, safe trip.
What type of video? Longboarding. Al, longboard mom, Al, my husband wants a video, bare truth. What video? All right, Snuffer, you have a good one, and yes, be safe also. Longboarding, I have made peanut butter.
Oh yeah. Actually, it's amazing how easy peanut butter is to make.
Yeah, it's easier.
I thought you would have to really whip it up good to get to make peanut butter, but it's really
again, food processor.
Oh.
Look, I got no doubt. I'm like, it takes a fat man to find the easy way out of doing things. I'm fat. I'm every bit of 230 pounds. I'm so fat, the only way I can see my toes if I fall down head over heels. And then I rock myself to sleep trying to get up. Next time you want to break a cat, put a little bit of vinegar in it, Tracy. It don't hurt them, but they can't stand the smell of that vinegar.
Well, they actually tell you not to use vinegar for cats because when it dries, it reminds them where to spray.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hell, I never knew that.
Yeah.
But then again, that was before I had YouTube also.
Yeah. Because when you foster cats, sometimes they're not neutered. So you ask, what can you spray on?
Oh my God.
Their spray spots, so they don't go back and spray on this. And yeah, they say don't do vinegar because that's like that's where I go, you know. Same thing with ammonia. You don't use ammonia, and there's a bunch of other stuff. There's a list of stuff you don't use.
We lived out in the country beside two women, and I bet you she had about 30 cats and about 15 dogs.
Yeah, a couple of them got up in my car.
And
South Florida.
A couple of them got in our car one night because I left the window down. That was the stinkingest damn car. I think I rode it for 2 weeks. They got in there, and I mean, it like every inch they sprayed my car.
No, they were up in the motor or up in the fan.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that time.
Tracy, there's a couple ways. One way you don't want it is when they actually chew on a hot wire and they'll stop.
Yeah. Christmas vacation.
They say that there's they're missing a vitamin or something they're missing something, and it's inside
Oh, it's
what they
I
make
never
the
heard-
wires from. So
Is it a baby cat?
you
Oh,
check your veterinarian. They usually tell you what they're missing. I forget what it is.
rub it down in Texas Pete. I don't know if that'd work or not. But I had a dog that would chew my shoes, and that's what we put on there, and it stopped him from chewing them.
Yeah, cayenne pepper works good just for the area. As soon as they go over and start sniffing, they run away.
Wildlife, they give them some.
Extra catnip.
Yeah, that.
You know, I'm gonna have to talk real nice to Longboard and Mom and see if I can't do an interview with her one of these days. But then again, she's West Coast, I'm East Coast. There's a huge time difference.
It's not that huge. 3
It
hours.
is. It is from my nap time. Look, I'm old. I take old people's naps. Ain't that something? When you were a kid, you fight because your parents wanted you to take a nap. As you get a certain age, you fight because you want to take that nap.
I don't know. I didn't take naps when I was a kid either.
You ain't my age either.
Yeah,
You didn't take naps when you was a kid.
Nope. I was
Yeah.
never. I remember my dad saying that I was the worst kid ever because I only slept 2-3 hours and was back up again, and never took naps or anything.
Mike, I think that one right there is old news. That's about a year or so old. And he won. But on that bottle, it says made in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Before you buy it.
I don't know. I never was a nap person. I'll go and sleep 2 hours at night, and I'm fine for the whole day. And I never took a nap unless I'm sick, or if I take a nap, that means I caught something. And a lot of times I don't even know it because and they were still confused when my white blood cell was so high. They said, I don't understand why you don't have a temperature. Anybody that their white blood cell goes up, it releases, it's supposed to, your temperature is supposed to go up because it's fighting whatever's in your system. And they said 200 above the danger level, and you don't have a temperature. They couldn't figure it out.
I'm not going to read what Life posted out loud.
Well, it's almost about that time to where we head over to Vineyard Chicks. But again, I want to try to get everybody that I can to head over to Ark Wildman's channel and leave him some good words about why we don't want him to go away. Taking a break is okay, but I don't like to hear him speak negatively about himself like that.
No,
I'd rather the community show show him how much he is needed. And that's
Agreed.
pretty much the whole gist of this live, was to express how bad it is, how bad it's getting with this. The community is falling apart. Its channels are dropping left and right, and it was real popular, when things were shut down. Everybody was thinking about being a prepper, but now whenever you can get everything off the shelf, it's, we don't need to prep anymore. The thing is,
That's what you need.
when's the next shutdown?
I just want to ask
or
a
worse.
question. I just want to ask one question before you end it. Grape jams. By chance, do they sing bluegrass? Because me and the wife got to talk. Rocky Top. Can they do that one?
Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Yeah, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Now, see, this will be the only piece of quiet. Really?
Yeah.
Now,
Just leave a comment after they do their set, because a lot of people come in and they want their songs and whatnot. Wait until they do their set, and then they'll open it up for request. And if they don't know it, the parents usually write it down, and then they'll practice it and then bring it next week.
Well, grape jams, let's say this is a request, because I think they could knock that out of the park.
What's their dad's name, too?
Yeah.
He was just up there.
Was he?
I saw him name.
No, that's a different one.
There you go. Make sure everybody heads over there.
Please go over there.
Yeah, I got two requests. One is head over to Ark Wildman's channel and show him some kind words, and then head over to Vineyard Chicks and listen to some good music.
There you go.
And we'll all be over there so we can talk and whatnot.
Oh, question. How was that blackberry jam that they sent you?
The blueberry blackberry jam?
Yeah.
Or no, blueberry grape jam.
So
That's the only one I opened so far. It was real good. Because after I open it, I'm sitting there looking at that. And I'm like, I got any bread? So, okay, I got Live Wednesday. It's an actual professional fisherman. Yeah, that's what. He's a professional, and I've had him talked into doing this for probably 4 weeks now, 5 weeks, but this is the only time that he doesn't have a tournament that he's fishing in. So I got lucky to get him this month. So Wednesday at 8:00, I do believe.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, no. I was reading a comment Grape sent or posted. My mouth's already watering when I saw him open it up. I was wanting to go pay him a visit. Just don't try no jalapeno jam. I tried making that and it didn't turn out right for me.
It's easy.
Yeah, mine turned into a ballistic jam.
We will catch you guys on the next one. Again, thanks everybody for hanging out, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Out.